Hello, my friends. Hello, and welcome back to my channel. It is Console Carrie here, bringing you another episode of Animal Crossing. We are on the island of Quantum. It is my 20-acre layout method, outdoor core themed, 4 seasons decorated island for 2025. I am sporting a moss glowing dress and headband. Why, you ask? I am all dressed up because we're going to go to an art show. That's right. It is time to design and decorate Acre 7. What is Acre 7? Let's just take a look at the chart. Acre 7 has the resident of our dear frog, Henry. He is the curator of an art show. Not just any art show, but a fake art show. And last episode, if you caught that, we spun the wheel and it said we needed terraforming for 2 cliffs. So today's build will be a good example of when you're doing the 20-acre layout method, it's a minimum. So you could have 3 cliffs. You could have 4 cliffs. You could add a bridge. You could add water. The minimum requirement is 2 cliffs. Now, one exception would be the no change. If you roll no change, then you're kind of screwed. You're kind of stuck. Then you can't do anything. Okay, so I will tell you something. I did an hour-long build with you guys. I put my heart into it. I was excited about it. It went well. I went to edit the video, and as usual, OBS did me a dirty. No sound. All right, so I do not want to redo this build, you guys. I don't. And I don't want to do a voiceover. So what we're going to do is a walkthrough. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. So let's head over there. We're all dressed up, ready to attend Henry's art show. So I'll walk through this mess. Try to get this island cleaned up. So, as you're coming down the steps from Mary, you approach Acre 7. And let's just look at it on the map for a second. Acre 6 is C2. You can see I put a bunch of in-game pathing, sort of. And you'll see what I did in a minute. Yeah. And we added a little pond there. We need to thin out the river on the other side. And we need to add a bridge. Okay, so let's do our little walkthrough and then we'll talk about it. Oh no, Mary wants to talk to us. Mary, this is Henry's spotlight, not Mary. Last episode was Mary. Grr, I got a stain on my favorite outfit. What do you do when these things happen? This is what I do. Some folks call it pouting, but I call it world, quit being mean. So we're getting the aggravation reaction. All right. So this is the beginning of Henry's art show. Now, this acre is really tough because this river runs through it and takes up half the acre. So I had a really limited space, tight space. So what was my approach with it? Uh, I'll talk about it as we walk through a bit, but Henry's a frog, right? So this is my first attempt ever at a swamp. You could call it swampcore acre. It's a tight space though, so it's not elaborate. I did the best I could. So I decided to use a lot of the uh, glowing moss, and it lights up at night. We are in the middle of the night now, and surprisingly, Henry is awake. So let's go ahead and start walking through. You might notice that I used in-game pathing to create this kind of cobblestone look, but on a bigger scale than what you'd see in a design. And I really like how that came out. So that's what the deal is with the dots all over on the map. And then I also decided that I wanted to do these circular cliffs. And we'll do these circular cliffs and then have artwork on each cliff. And along the river is a half circle. All right, so let's go in and talk to Henry, the star of the show. You thought it was me. No, no, no. It is our beloved Henry. Oh, and he's cooking. What a great time to come. Hey, Chef Henry, what you making? Glad you asked. Brown sugar pound cake. Ooh, delicious. Henry style. Does that mean you have bugs in it? I can give you a recipe. Hopefully there's no bugs, Henry. All right, so Henry's busy cooking. This is what his house looks like. And then I thought the outside of his house, well, it has a green roof. Okay, so you kind of have the premise of what I'm doing here. Art show on cliffs and the cobblestone walkway. Now, it's a fake art show. You might be thinking, oh, you've been running red, getting fake art. No, no, no. I'm going to show you that you can have fake art, not from red. So if you go to designs and click on one, you can say display here and painting. And voila, you have fake art. So Henry's art show is all about Henry. So this first piece, he wrote his name to invite you to the art show. Now this first one is his garden. And I feel like the cane plants, the sugar cane, they look like overgrown weeds. You want a swamp to feel very overgrown. He's got his little watering can there. And then as we walk through, I tried to make it feel overgrown, but not too overgrown. He's got the frog umbrella and a green balloon. As we walk through, we've got some moss and weeds that are overtaking the path, but not completely. We've got the giant vine back there. I thought that was a nice touch. And then the wheat is lined behind the house and making it feel kind of enclosed. All right, so let's look at our first piece of artwork. It is none other than Henry, a portrait of Henry rocking his blue stripes and striking a pose. We've got some flowers and some fragments and a little seat here. You can sit here and look at Henry, contemplate the swamp life. All right, moving through. I also am using some green leaf piles. Boy, these are a pain in the butt to place. Okay, but we got some leaf piles, more flowers, more glowing moss, and our second exhibit. It is highlighted with more fragments and more moss, and a close-up portrait of Henry. And he signed this one. Adorable. All right. Moving on. As we walk through, here is our third exhibit. And this one has a light, a bamboo light, and a little green chair to sit on. And you can sit here and pretend you're a frog and say, ribbit, ribbit. Another close-up of Henry. All right, moving on. I have this moss rock. I wasn't super crazy about it, but I think it looks okay. All right, and then some another leaf pile, and I plan to put a bridge here across to connect to the rest of the island. So going through the other side of the art show, we're gonna hop over here, climb up, and exhibit number 4. I'm using a shell lamp for lighting and customized in yellow, even though it looks green. So here is another picture of Henry. This is his pastel period of life, and he's striking a pose. We all have one. All right, let's hop over to the step, hop over here, and we can climb up to our 5th and final exhibit. And it's another picture of Henry. It's another pastel. We need to do something about that. Let's pick something else. I didn't realize I did that. So did we get, I guess we got all of them. So we would have some duplicates. Okay. Let's do this one. I think this is my favorite one. I wonder if we could do my dress as an exhibit. Let's give it a try. All right, I'm going to change. Nobody look. Are you looking? Are you looking? I asked you not to look. It's not very nice to look. Did someone ask you not to? I'm wondering if I can place this. I might have to back down. Oops. Oh, darn it. Still no. Let's stand back here. So some people do consider art to be clothing. So we'll go ahead and put this down. Put our glowing moss back. There. That would be the 5th and final exhibit. Pop back over here. Yeah, so that's pretty much the art show. What do you guys think? Did I nail it? Or does it need work? I didn't want it to feel so overgrown that it didn't feel like a path. But yeah, this is my fake art show. You don't always need red. Now I need to clean up all this over here. But the beaches are going to be botanical gardens. So we'll work on those later. So what about Acre 8? What are we going to do about Acre 8? Well, let's go look at the chart. Acre 8 is the museum and the hot springs. So we need to figure out what our terraforming is going to be for next episode. We'll move the museum and we'll figure out how to do a hot springs back here. So let's head over to the wheel. And let's turn on our little chart for terraforming. Move that over just a little bit. There, that's better. I don't know why I made it transparent. All right, so 1 is flat, 2, 1 cliff, 3 is 1 cliff and 1 incline, 4 is 2 cliffs, 5 is 2 cliffs and 2 inclines. Now we've been stuck on 5 for the last 2 builds. This is our 3rd build. Okay. Hopefully not a 5. 6, water only. 7, water and a bridge. And 8 is no change. Now, I do have an idea of what I want to do for Acre 8. And if I roll no change, I'm going to have to change my plan. But either way, we can make it work. All right. Are you ready, Mary? She's watching me. All right, here we go. I need some good vibes. And it's a 7. Water and a bridge. 1 bridge. Water and 1 bridge. Now, like I said, this is a minimum. So I can still do cliffs. I just also have to incorporate 1 water, some water, and a bridge. So we could totally do that. All right, so water and a bridge. That's going to be the plan back here. Yep. All right. Well, how about if we go to the next day and I can show you what it looks like in the daylight and we can talk to Henry. So I will see you tomorrow. All right, I'm back. We're going to take a look at the art show and what it looks like during the day. So as I mentioned, here's Henry's spot. Here's the entrance of Henry's art show. You come through here. You can see things a lot better. Got his umbrella. That was a good find. Found that in Nooks. And yep, just come up here. Try it out. I love how the leaves come up. There's no place to sit over here. I need to work on that. Yeah, and here's just our overgrown path. Look at the artwork. Henry's selfies. You can hop over here. Too bad we can't hop across. And then hop here. Oops. Hop here. I wasn't originally going to put a little pond here or river, but I was watching another video on swampcore and they really strongly urged you to add water. And it makes sense. Yeah. So What do you guys think of this build? Would love to know. All right. Well, it's kind of a short video. Let's talk to Henry. Hey, Henry. Glad you could make it, even in the pouring rain. Make it? I want to chat. If you want to know what time it is, I'll be honest with you. I have no idea. Since moving to quantum, time has become more of an abstract concept for me. Well, that's good. I spend my days counting butterflies instead of minutes. The sun wakes me up and the moon puts me to sleep. I feel so liberated. That said, what time is it? I don't know either, Henry. He is pretty cute. He's got a cute little house. See you later, Henry. All right, Orville and I hope you have a safe flight home. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like the video. If you would like to know when my next video comes out, be sure and hit that bell. Do all the things. Comment, encourage me to keep going. Tell me what you think of my first attempt at swampcore. I didn't even know it was a thing until now. And as always, I'll see you on the flip side.